Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me. If you haven't started drinking, now would be a good time to start. Susan Bonamici, thank you. It was a lovely speech. From Lewis to my Martin, we go everywhere together. Thank you so much for this generous introduction, and also for this very warm Oregon welcome in this majestic setting. It's beautiful out here. This is a wonderful organizing committee. I'm honored to be with you on behalf of the Human Rights Campaign and to join you as an ally in equality. Now, I'm an actor on the show called Grimm, which Sam has told you about, and we've been fortunate enough to be filming here in beautiful Portland, Oregon, which I've fallen deeply in love with. It's been a wonderful host to us, so thank you. And the city has embraced us, and we're all very immensely grateful. My cast and I, we spend 9 months of the year here, so we got to know it pretty well. And like I said, we fall into the coffee. I mean, you've got it all, basically. And I know it's only been a year, but I take complete pride in calling myself an honorary Portlandian. No, I do. I've not only cheered for the Timbers, Trailblazers, Ducks. I'm eating kale like 10 times a day. I've participated in the naked bike ride, so thank you. So, I'll take my badge, please. I've seen these Portland badges around somewhere. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. You know what? I think you should know. We're all friends here, right? So, this is a little hard for me to say, but I'll just come out and say it. I am openly Canadian. And I've been carrying that around for years, and it's nice to be able to share that with you guys. So, as you know, I'm Canadian, and in many parts of this country, that is the equivalent of being gay. Ish. Now, growing up in Canada, I found it's a lot like living in Oregon, with our long tradition of acceptance and inclusion and fairness. But seriously, Oregon is the most Canadian place I've ever been to. More than Canada. Your team is called the Beavers. That's our thing. That's our thing. But on a serious note, I do feel that Oregon, in my opinion, is the example of what America can and should strive for. It's a place of tolerance and intelligence and community. And something to be very proud of. Now, the reason this cause is so close to my heart is because equality, or rather the lack of, is an injustice that affects us as a whole and resonates with me on a more personal level. Like many of you, my family story is a search for freedom and acceptance. And my background is Russian Jewish. And my family, thank you. And I get a lot of those when you say that. Thank you. And my family, they suffered quite a few injustices for generations under the former Soviet regime. So my parents moved to Israel in the 70s in pursuit of freedom and finally settled in Canada. And I too, sadly, I recall far too many instances of disparaging and hurtful remarks directed at me because I was Jewish or an immigrant or what have you, just a little different. So for many years, I would shy away from telling people about my background or about myself, choosing instead to skirt around the subject if anyone should ask. Now, this sense of shame, this feeling of exclusion, is how many of my gay and lesbian friends have described their own experiences growing up. And many remember how much work it takes just to stay hidden, closeted, or pretending to be someone else or to avoid suspicion about the person they really are, the person they truly love. Now, Sam was saying, a few years ago I was rewarded with a unique television experience to play the role entirely based on Sam Adams called Sam Adama on the show, entirely biographical. And it was a gay character on the television show Caprica, and the fascinating thing about the world of Caprica was that it was free, entirely free of sexual discrimination. So my character was able to be gay, married, devoted uncle, celebrated member of his community, and you know, also an assassin for the mob, but yeah, it's TV, what can you do? And isn't that something to strive for? You know, a world free of discrimination on the basis of who you choose to love, a world that finally values the importance of love, a world where we can all be assassins for the mob. I mean, phenomenal place. But I took great pride in this role and playing an original character that helped portray a community that I think often feels excluded on television or misrepresented. And it was important for me to play Sam with a sensitivity and an authenticity. And it was a wonderful but very real and true responsibility. Now, you know, something to think about is a married, monogamous, gay mobster hitman dedicated to his family. I would say that television has definitely come a long way in its depiction of the gay community. Now, there's always room for improvement, I agree, but we are on our way, and it's a much more balanced representation. In fact, side note, one of the most iconic gay television characters, that of Jack McFarland on the hit show Will and Grace, that brilliantly portrayed by Sean Hayes, who also happens to be one of the executive producers of Grimm. All ties together, circle of life, huh? And I believe Sean was recognized and honored by the Human Rights Campaign in May, if I'm not mistaken. I know what you're thinking. Sean Hayes gay? Really? No, I was just as surprised as you are. You think you know someone. No, I'm just kidding. He's a wonderful, distinguished representative of this community and an excellent boss. Again, Sean Hayes is a very, very understanding boss. When I was asked to be here tonight, it was a very difficult decision for me to accept. It's an honor to spend tonight with all of you because of the values that we share in common. Now, I've been blessed in my life to have many gay friends, colleagues who are not just dear to me, but who've improved my life significantly, have contributed immensely to my growth as a person. I cannot accept that these people who I love and admire are not privy to the same common rights as me. And the Human Rights Campaign believes, as do I, that all of us are intrinsically and forever equal at home, at work, and in our communities. As much as I know that there is still much progress and work ahead for us, I strongly believe that we must also celebrate our achievements. And we have come a long way. Gay marriage and equality is going to be a reality. This much is certain. This is a movement that's not going to be stopped. The solidarity with this community is growing. Our presence, whether in the media or society at large, is fostering a new reality, and your allies are united. So, if we have all this, you know what? Let them have their chicken sandwiches. Thank you again for letting me share this beautiful evening with you. I hope you'll be as dedicated to the Human Rights Campaign as I am and inspired to support the vital work in the years ahead. Thank you so much for having me.